Happy New Year, everyone. Or perhaps welcome to the new year, welcome to 2026. Welcome might be a better fit for many of us today as we struggle with so much in our world. Just yesterday, we watched bullies use violence while claiming justice was being served, using power and privilege for the goal of gaining profits and power. And our personal lives can sometimes be so full that happiness seems just beyond our reach. When the daily demands pull on us the needs of our loved ones, our work, our own well-being, the injustices so many endure, it's no wonder our hearts can ache even on the new year. It can feel like we're so far away from the adventures, like Deborah talked about, that we want and hope for. In our story today, the young seeker struggles to carry a heavy stone up the mountain. And many days this past year, we carried many heavy stones up a mountain, struggling to make our life work, keep our families safe, keep helping each other survive, keep democracy alive, keep our hearts going, keep serving the greater good, keep going, keep going. It's a lot to ask of any of us, of all of us. Oh, and there are plenty of distractions, a list of things to do, the minutia of daily life that is both precious and demanding. The homework needs to be done, the practice requires time, the meals to be made, the body aches to be endured, and the bills that need to be paid. The truth is that most of us have arms full of stones that we're carrying through the journey of our lives. And at every age, and at all times in our lives, we have stones to carry. Sometimes we don't even know them all by name. Only when we pause to acknowledge how heavy our stones are do we recognize them. And when we drop one of our stones, even at a moment of triumph on a mountaintop, it can feel like defeat rather than release. What stones are you carrying, dear ones? Which ones are life-giving but weighty responsibilities? Which ones are just heavy ones, heart-hurting ones, ones you are ready to release? Like the young traveler, we want to take the next step forward. We want to know the plan from getting us from not knowing to knowing the solutions. In the space between not knowing and knowing, well, it feels like one thing: frustration. And if you're anything like me, you feel a deep urge to skip the stuck in frustration part altogether and leap straight into the knowing what the next adventure will be. But the journey between knowing and not knowing is where the growth actually happens. It's a learning space. There we are stretched and prepared for what is coming next. Resilience and success are born from our ability to be patient and tender with ourselves while we adapt in that not knowing space. To grow in resilience, we must learn to tolerate that in-between, that stretch of time when answers have not yet arrived. Because the truth is, being resilient rarely feels like resilience. It feels like frustration because we're standing in the unknown, hoping for clarity, craving a plan, wanting to know how to shape the new year into something good. Our theme for this first month of the new year is practicing resilience. And here we practice it together as part of our promise to accompany one another through joys and sorrows and life's tangled blessings. We know we need each other's support to become the people we long to be. In these first few days of the new year, a lot of us are reflecting on our values, how we've lived the past year, how we want to live in the year ahead. We ask what we may need to release so that we can move forward with clarity, anchored in what matters most. To start anew, we start anew even if we just dropped a stone from a mountain and are unsure of the next right thing to do. This time of year invites us into a learning space of possibility. The future appears to us like a blank sheet of paper, a clean calendar, a chance for new learning and adventures. If you enjoy this kind of annual reflection on the year's transition, I highly recommend to you this resource, the Year Compass. It is a time that you can give yourself, and there are many on the faith formation table for you if you're interested in reflecting more on the annual transition. But this morning, we share a time of reflection together, a space to connect with our inner wisdom and one another. Together, we will shape a ritual of release and intention, grounding ourselves in the values at the heart of our Unitarian Universalist tradition. In community, we remember that renewal is something we create, hold, and nurture together. Now, if you are joining us online, for this ritual, you will need a piece of paper, a pen, and a bowl of water, as well as a stone or a heavy object. The ritual of release is a way to mark the passing of time with intention. And our ritual here together this morning will be a simple chance for us to release those mindsets and habits or experiences from this past year that we want to leave in the past. And then we will take some time to set intentions for the year ahead. We all have things we've been carrying from this past year that we wish we could set down, stories that weigh us down, and get in the way of truly moving forward. Habits that we're holding on to that we wish we could release. And what I want to do now is invite us all to take a few minutes to just listen. Pay attention to our bodies, to our lived experience. What feeling is in there? As you feel yourself in your body, is there something you're ready to set down? Those things that would make it really hard for you to move forward on the journey, for the adventure that you would like to invite in this new year. Habits or feelings about yourself, about your life, others, or the world. Maybe something that you've asked yourself or others who have asked you, why are you still carrying that? For those of you here in the sanctuary, there are bowls under the pews. They're set on this side of the aisle and here. Inside of those bowls are a piece of paper and pencils. The paper is flash paper. It's a specially treated paper that evaporates in fire, leaving no ash and no residue. Please take one piece of paper and then pass it down the pew to your neighbors. For those of you at home, now is the time you will need your paper, pen, and bowl of water. Once you have your paper and some clarity about what you want to release, write it on the paper before you. No one will see it except you and the flame and maybe the universe. And I'll offer you a few moments for reflection and writing before we begin. In a moment, I'll invite you to step into the fire, up to the fire ceremony bowl in the center of the sanctuary, one at a time, and release your paper into our fire. And we're going to do a quick demonstration. When you light your paper, use the tongs to bring it to the flame, and it will take your paper very quickly. As it does, enjoy the magic and let it go. The fire will do the rest. If you're more comfortable, we can burn your paper for you. And for those of you at home, you can release your paper by placing it in the bowl of water and letting it dissolve. As it goes, feel yourself making this choice to release. Feel the weight of what's been holding you back in your body and spirit, and feel it letting it go. And then feel the freedom to move forward, to take that next first step into the new year, into the next phase of your life. After you release your paper, please choose a gemstone from the basket altar and then return to your seat. Alyssa will be playing our featured hymn as we release our burdens into the fire. Feel free to join in the singing as part of our ritual. Let us begin. Before moving on, let us take a breath together and feel the air move into our lungs and then release. And into our lungs and then release. Breathe into your life. Let your breath center you. Releasing the past, we step fully into the present and we turn our attention to the path ahead. We're going to start the practice of setting an intention. And here is the question. What's the hope you have for the year ahead? To move into the future with intention requires us to ask ourselves, what do we want to invite more of into our life? Perhaps consider what brought you joy or felt good. What could help you feel this way more often? Perhaps there are things you want to change, and from that place begin to set an intention. Our thoughts matter. What we think shapes our world. If I say sour pickles, your mouth waters, or Sour Patch Kids if you're younger. Different than a resolution, which are so often left behind, an intention is an invitation of how you want to be, who you want to be, how you want to respond to the challenges and the gifts of this life, this everyday living life. So hold the gemstone in your hand. It represents the possibilities of a new beginning that is just stirring in you now. It's not a heavy stone or a burden that you carry on your journey. It is what you want to pick up with intention because it will help you on your journey rather than burden you. And for a few moments, we're going to hold a silence together. And during this time, I invite you to hold your stone and simply say to yourself, I am blank. Fill in the word or the phrase that describes the shift that you are intending. I am holding. I seek. Or I welcome. Let us hold this moment together as we set our intentions. Thank you. I invite you to place this gemstone somewhere where it will remind you of your intentions. Perhaps place it in a sacred place in your home. Will remind you of your strength to meet whatever will unfold this new year. May it remind you of the possibility of lightness and joy to come. No matter what comes this year, we have the foundation to turn into it, and we know we can move through it. Blessed.